Hello everyone, NadLabs here. Today I'm going to show you how you can blend between animations. As you can see over here, it's going between a running state and a idle state, or like a walking state. And then over here we have the, if you get hit, there's an animation that plays that can also blend between the running state. So you can see the running, getting hit. And then there's also if you're just chilling, idling, you can still get hit and you go back to the same. It's pretty smooth and seamless. You should go back to the same state. So I'm going to show you how you can do this. I'm not going to release any of the assets here because this is a project I'm planning to release on Steam. But the idea is if you have some animation set up in your animation player, such as the hit over here, or the idle, which is just a loop of the guy chilling, or if you have the walk animation set up already, you can use the animation tree. So this is the animation tree I have set up. So I'm going to show you how to set that up as well. So if I go over here to my root node and I add in an animation tree, you can see I have a few things I can configure, such as the tree root and the animation player. First thing you want to do is select the animation player, and then what you want to do is tree root, you want to do blend tree. When you click blend tree, you can see nothing really happens, but animation tree down here show a grid, and on the grid there's one node called output. Now how do I actually work with this output node? Well, what I would have to do is I have to right click and do animation, or I'd have to click animation, and now I can play an animation just by connecting this. But which animation is it going to play? Well, the one I tell it. So if you want it to play hit, you can play hit. I want to play idle, you can play idle. You can play walk, you can play walk. Yeah, I want to blend between two animations seamlessly. So I can do that in a blend space, 1D. I'm using 1D here, and that's fine because all I have is a walking state and then a running state, and then there's kind of like a jog in between. There's not really any defined states in between. A blend space 2D would work on a 2D grid. I'll do it over here, or 2D grid literally here. And the idea is if you had a left, up, right, down animation, that would be perfect, because then you can make a diamond or a square, and you can kind of work in between. Maybe someone's moving 45 degrees up left, or maybe 45 degrees down right, or maybe 30 degrees down right. But I'm just going to be using blend space 1D, but it should be the exact same for 2D. Now when you get into your blend space, you'll see this cursor moving around, and that cursor is amazing because that will help us decide which animation we're playing. Add an animation. What you want to do is click this pencil icon with a diamond, and you want to right click, you want to click, and then you want to just select the animation. So I have idle, and then over here I have walk. And the idea is that if I move this over, so I can move my diamonds over, and if I move the values to the end, you can see that I can swing in between my idle animation over here and my walk animation here. But nothing's happening. Why is nothing happening? So if I go back here to my root, so right now I'm in blend space 1D. If I go back to root, nothing's connected. So if I connect it, you can see already in a minute or two, I have the ability to fade between animations. And around 0 is going to be the perfect center between idle. So this is full idle. Full idle is over here. Anything be lower than -1. And then full running is anything above 1. Okay, now how do I add in my animation for the hit, getting hit? Because I have one of those. What you want to do is you want to add in a OneShot. A OneShot will take in an animation. So I'm going to put in an animation here and give it an output. And OneShot kind of modulates. Hey, there's an animation that plays just once. You can see here, fire, but there's nothing to fire. So I'm going to add an animation again. I'm going to select its type, which is hit, and I'm going to add it to shot. Now, if I click fire, you can see the animation plays. But the issue is it kind of doesn't add. It doesn't add to it. It just plays on it, more or less. It just stops everything and plays. To make sure that you can add the animation, you literally click mix mode add. Now when I click fire, you can see that it's running. It's like it got hit in the face, and it's like, oh, what? I'm going to continue running. Same thing happens when you're idling. I want to mention that my walk and idle cycles are repeating, but my hit animation is not. If my hit animation was looping like this, then if I go to my animation tree and I played my OneShot, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't work as well. Yeah, it wouldn't work as well because the OneShot animation, by definition, is defined to always loop. But when it's not defined to loop, it won't loop because, it's not meant to loop. Oops, I was holding F. But you can see over here, it gets hit and it reacts accordingly. If you wanted to change something with code, so you wanted to change the animation amount via code, what you see over here is parameters. So these parameters directly link here. So this is a walk and run. So this is how much walking and running the person is doing. You see over there, I can modify the value right here, and it updates instantly. And this is the hit anim. So if I go over here, hit anim request, the request is I want to fire. I'm not really sure what abort and fade out do, but I can kind of guess abort would stop it and fade out would slow it down maybe. I'm not sure, but I know fire works, and fire is all you really need. To actually show the hit via code is if you have any physics bot, like let's say you connected up a signal to show a hit. What you do is you do .set, and then you'd have to go and put in parentheses, and you'd have literally, it's such a weird way to do it, but I'm not complaining. What you'd want to do is you want to look and hover over that, and you see it says parameters hit anim request, and then you do animation node OneShot dot, and you have a few here. So I'm going to do a request to fire, because I've been doing requests to fire like this. And then when I run this, you can see, I believe it may not work. Okay, so when this hand hits, you can see that the animation plays accordingly. And let's say you also wanted to switch between the blend space 1D via code. So over here, you can see this 1D. Let's say I wanted to set that walk and run variable. All I'd have to do is do AnimationTree2.set, and then again, I would do my parameters. And you can see it automatically comes up blend position, and then it's asking for a value. Well, the value is just going to be this random variable I've set up over here, and it's going to print out as well. So when it shows a negative value, it should be a more, let's see what the value was. Value is 0.35, so it's like in between walk and run, and then keep hitting. Why is it not playing or showing me the value? Go player hand. I just adjusted this code real quick to connect to the AnimationTree2 animation started signal. So when the animation starts, oops, I meant to say animation finished, and then it takes in the anim name. So if the anim name is equal to hit, then I want to change the speed at which the person is running or walking at. So that's pretty simple. And now that when I run my game, you can see when I hit, I get a value printed out, and that value is going to be directly indicative of how much this ghost is running or not running. So you can see over here, I'm getting pretty big numbers. So it's obviously giving me, oh, I saw something weird. I noticed that when I did animation started, it was a lot smoother. But when I did animation finished, you can see that the exact same code, I only changed one word, is a lot more glitchy. See, sometimes it's not glitchy, sometimes it's horribly glitchy. See over there, it was horrible. That one was also horrible. That one's 8. But you can see that there's some glitch. Why is this happening? Well, I noticed that when I had this code here that said connect to the signal for animation finished, and then when it's finished, if the hit animation is finished playing, set the parameter for walk and run to a random value. I noticed if it's playing at finished, then the animation has to quickly change up. But if it plays at the start of the animation, or if that value is changed at the start of the hit animation, think about it. The animation has time to adjust rapidly. Plus, when you're hit, it's a very good time to do an abrupt change, because the player will be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Just a small recap. This is how you're going to change the, like, how much a walk or run is happening by literally setting a parameter. And then this is how you'd fire a one-shot animation such as a hit. Hopefully this was a quick tutorial on how to work with animations in Godot.